thing like it. Oh, say it says we're live. It says we're live, but we have no video. Why does it say we have no video? What's up? I don't want to end stream. Yeah, it says no video. So, all right. Wait a second. View. Why?
Because there's nothing there.
End stream, but it's. Dude, turn that off. That
Because
is
it's echoing.
video live stream window tab profiles. It's not letting us get this camera. So I'm sure. Hey, Brian Chambers is like, what in the crap is going on here, fellas?
There's 12 people.
We
Sorry,
got 12.
Brian.
Hello, 12 people.
This is a duck. I see your duck. We're looking for. So here's the deal. You're on. You're here. My son is on. Gabriel Edward. What do you? Oh no, I was thinking you're in school. You're not. You're not in school. Let me see if I can click edit.
Put us on speaker, Gabe. We'll educate y'all.
Educate.
Welcome,
educate,
welcome,
Gabe
Gabe.
Classroom with
promotion.
Today's lesson.
Embedded visibility show. Hey, if you're watching us, oh hey Josh, it's Josh. There's a recording date. You can put whatever you want on the table right now because
I don't want to be.
No one can see you.
I mean, can anyone hear me though?
Oh,
everybody
everybody
can hear us. We're
Yeah,
live.
Well, I'm chomping on goldfish. I can't do that really.
I
It's not.
understand
It's
that.
kind of rude.
It's kind of rude, but
But when you're hungry,
Snack that smiles back.
oh, goodness gracious. Hey, anybody who's watching us right now, but not watching us, good sound, no video, but it's a podcast. Okay, yeah, you're exactly right, Brian. What we're trying to do, so maybe you guys can help us. There's a picture of a camera with a line through it. Absolutely. This is a duck. It's kind of creepy, but more Tudor jokes coming up. Yes, if you guys could see, we have tutors in the background, but you
Yes.
can't see. If anybody knows how to,
There should be a magical button
Don't
that turns
touch-
on your camera.
no, don't touch any of
Your
those
webcam.
buttons.
Does your webcam work?
Yes, it's right there. Look, you see that?
Oh yeah.
You're looking at it.
do you have to push the record button on the thing?
No, I don't have to push. Why would I push the record
I don't know,
button?
it just looks like that.
I could. No, it's a picture. It takes pictures.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
speaking
pictures.
of which, hey Moose, hit that button over there.
Hit what button? No. Oh my goodness. No, he wants this one.
Oh,
you
Yeah.
go.
So hey,
now you're
all right,
recording.
quit pushing my buttons, Moose.
she's my favorite.
I know. Yeah. Hey, if you're out there, and I know you are, because we've got 12 people listening to our. This is a live podcast, so the podcast is going to be up on our other channel, our podcast channel. But we thought it would be cool to do a live video podcast, but we're having trouble with the video. If anybody knows how to fix this that is listening, please put it in the comments. We'll get this fixed because we do. We have the webcam that's set up.
This is flight test. This is
Yeah.
this is us for the
This
past
is
12
how
years.
we roll.
Hey, we got this idea. We're gonna try it. We're gonna go ahead and unpack it in front of you. And I love
This
that.
is how we do it. So what if I go? Let me go big screen here, and then it's got to be something like stupid. View, reload page, zoom in and out. No, file, edit. You might have to allow something in some setting somewhere.
yes.
It
That's
says,
exactly.
it says click photo booth to resume.
What do you mean? Click photo booth.
Did you see it? It said click photo booth to resume.
Oh, that just means click the.
Hey, this
Oh,
just
yeah.
started a timer.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
started a timer there.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Oh, I are you saying like it needs to allow something? Allow camera?
Could be.
Like in the settings. Oh man, what is happening? Oh, they're over there. Why are they over there? So Fridays are our day that we like to have some fun. While we're figuring this out here, Mr. Bixler.
Yeah.
Why don't you just start? Oh, hey, we got to do our intro. Let's do our intro.
Oh yeah,
You
ready?
ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Flight test.
There it is.
Yeah,
All right, so we're official. We're like
Welcome.
12 minutes into it, but now we're official.
you nail that whole flight testing every time.
Thank you, sir.
That's
awesome.
just awesome.
It's like I was made for it.
God gave you the gift of
He's
whisper.
He's giving him a lot.
What is that called when people? I mean, isn't there like a name for that? Like when you talk really
I call it creepy.
No, but there's a lady, a girl on a commercial who talks like this. What is that called, Moose?
Creepy.
It is creepy.
Yeah.
What is it?
ASMR.
Oh yeah, we don't. Go
Is
into
that-
We're not
is-
going there.
Where they do like they get really close to it and they talk. Like,
They talk
make
like
really, like
This.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of
And they,
different
like,
kinds of ASMR.
Yeah.
ASMR.
ASMR. Yeah.
ASMR. What's it stand for?
No. Audio something.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be in the comments below, and I'm also sure that people will be like, "Let's not go there."
All right, it's probably, dude, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Brian says, get a bigger hammer.
Get a bigger hammer. Okay, very cool.
Always
big
works.
word.
Autonomous sensory meridian response is ASMR.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh my goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
Well, this is not that show.
Hey, we've lost 4 people.
I told you, man. It's the second you started whispering.
No, it wasn't because I think it was because they think that we're a bunch of sloughs.
Yeah.
You might
I've never
have
heard that
to-
word before.
We're gonna get better, guys.
We are. I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't understand this. It's a camera, so it
Yeah.
won't let me go. All right. So anyhow, hey, it's been a great week.
It's been an awesome week,
Okay.
a very eventful week.
It has been a very eventful week. A little bit stressful in some areas, but in other areas, it's been quite rewarding. Well, I mean, we're looking at right now. It's Friday, and we are live Friday the 8th at 11 o'clock. So when you listen to this later on, and you're thinking that's supposed to be posted, Friday morning. Well, you're right. It was.
Welcome to Flight Test.
Welcome to Flight Test. But we could say, oh, we wanted to try a new thing and make it live. This was
No.
kind of like the live thing was a last minute. Hey, we've got a webcam and a computer. Let's try to do it.
We're dreamers and doers, man.
Right.
I like it. But no, it was a good week, and you know what? I think stress brings growth, and growth is good.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
You should coin
just-
that.
I just made that
Stress
up just now.
brings growth, and growth
So-
is good.
Yeah. It is amazing how you can take this simple hobby, flying foam board airplanes, and you can take something as simple as even designing an airplane, and how it doesn't just touch like, okay, here's what we want to do, and here's how we want to release it, and here's all these different things that we got to accomplish, but also the background. How many people now have built those little tutors? I mean, we were handing out kits yesterday, like beta
Oh,
builders, and
Goodness gracious.
it's
So
just awesome.
we've got 3 tutors in here outside of ourselves.
Yes.
Stefan, embrace it. And
Oh,
we've got
yeah.
what? There's probably 2, 3, 4, 5 more out there.
I think from just this final push to get this design completed, we would probably built at least 20 aircraft.
Oh,
Do you think that's conservative? I think that's truthful.
Yeah, I mean, in crashing, building, crashing, flying, adjusting.
There was a point, and it was good, but it was kind of a downer. Do you remember we all worked so hard last week to build the amphibious tutor, the turbo tutor? We had like 2 different variants of the trainer.
Mhm.
We all put them up, and in a matter of minutes, like I think one aileron was unplugged on the amphibious, that crashed. I mean, we had destruction in the very first flight. We're like, okay, guys, let's go out for this episode and let's go ahead and put it up in the air. And immediately, everything flew like garbage, or there was just craziness. It was windy, and it was like, what just happened? We have to build a whole bunch more tutors. And we did. So
Yeah.
Good thing it's
Yeah.
a simple build.
it is a very, very
Totally.
fast build. Dave walked in today and he looked down at a speedboat kit, one of the beta builds that we cut out.
Right.
He's like, do we got to build another one?
Are we building
No.
more?
We're moving on, buddy. It is done.
Moving
It is
on.
done. Put a fork in it.
I think Bob's out here. Is
Yeah.
he gonna plan on building one?
He's putting together that beta one right now.
Yeah. So
That's
Bob,
awesome.
Background Bob. Gotta love him.
Bob Parmalay's here at Flight Test today. He comes down like every other Friday or so, once or twice a month,
That's awesome.
and he's
Yeah.
hanging out with us today. So he's gonna
It's
build and build and
wonderful.
build.
It is wonderful.
Hey, as I'm doing this, I'm sorry, I'm not making eye contact with you guys, so don't think that I'm not listening. I'm just still trying to figure this out.
He's not going to let this go.
Listen,
That's okay. That's why we love him.
Lee
Yeah.
does not let go.
No,
No.
He'll never let go, Jack. He'll never let go.
I'll never let you go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like so. When we were on vacation, there was a hill, so we were one wheeling on vacation, and the kids. I don't know if we told this
I
story.
got
or not.
video of this, by the way.
Oh, you do? Yes, you
Yeah.
do. We were trying to go up this mountain. It was a paved road going up this mountain.
Beautifully papered.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But you got to this one point, and when we got to this one point, we couldn't go any far. Like the old guys, could not go any farther.
The old guys on the XRs, yeah. And the boards, to their credit, they were saying like, do not do this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we got up and everything was pretty darn good. And then your daughter Moose was sitting on the one, and it did this, You're doing a steep uphill climb, beautiful road, nice and dry and clean, but it did this S turn, and it got really steep at that point. Moose was sitting there, and I immediately was like, I'm gonna sit next to Moose and chat.
Mhm.
Lee would not accept this, and the second he gets like 3 feet past us, the board just tips down. It's like, no.
Yeah.
He gets on it again. No, it gets on it again. Now keep in mind, it S curves around. There's no guardrail, and it probably rolls down at least 200 feet of embankment.
Yeah, it was at
300 feet.
least 200 feet
Yeah.
straight down.
And I'm not talking like, oh, like you could run down this thing. No, you would die.
Yeah, you would fall.
Death
Death.
is imminent.
And,
Yes.
and Lee, I knew you were getting the subtle hints from me, like stop it,
Mhm.
because Lee was riding my son's XR.
Yeah. So I mean, if it went down the hill, it'd be okay. I'm not out anything
Yeah.
because I'm the future father-in-law. You can't do anything to the future father-in-law,
But I
right?
knew he was thinking that. So Lee is doing this, and Moose and I are recording and laughing at him. And suddenly you jump off of it, and then the board does the worst thing possible. It starts rolling, like tumbling.
I didn't jump off of it. It propelled me off
Yeah,
of it.
it bucked him.
Yeah, it bucked
and-
me good.
And so basically, this thing starts rolling towards the one spot that you don't want to go, and that's down that embankment.
Yeah.
There is a sapling the size of probably my thumb, Lee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
About
I
my
mean
thumb.
that's being very conservative there.
There was this little tiny sapling. The thing starts going down probably about 10 feet into this embankment, and this little sapling catches it just right, just enough where you could reach down and grab it.
Right.
Otherwise, this thing would have taken a tumble. And
Gonzo.
there's bears in Tennessee.
Yeah, and
I-
I feel bad because if it wouldn't have taken the tumble, poor Moose would have had to go get it because I wasn't going down there. I mean, we could
You
throw.
would put your daughter down the
Dude,
200
no,
foot
it's
embankment.
not even that. We can throw a rope and pull her up. Like, who's gonna be?
So-
you can pull my big butt up out
So,
of
so to
there.
recap for all you guys, basically, it's not a problem because it's not my one wheel.
No,
And it's not a problem because I could send my 80-pound daughter down where
She's
there's
expendable.
bears.
She's expendable.
And don't worry, where would we have gotten the rope, Lee? Would we have like taken our shirts and ripped
No.
them and
Hold on,
woven them
Moose.
together?
Hold on, Moose. We'll be back. You make me out to sound like an evil man.
You're a monster.
I am.
I can't do this. What are you gonna do? Where's the rope, Lee? You're
I
gonna
was-
fashion it out of your hair, out of human hair, and socks.
We're gonna tear bed sheets.
That where's the
bed?
bed, Lee?
Where's
It was. I was thinking there has to be a sermon for him in this, but no, there's no sermon in this.
There is a sermon. I mean, it's that persistence.
Yeah.
No matter what.
No, he's
It's the-
thinking.
it's
He's
the
thinking.
nagging
He's
widow.
He's thinking manna from heaven is gonna come down in the form of bed sheets and
No.
socks and t-shirts and a rope.
No,
Oh my
actually, I'm
God.
thinking God is full of grace, and I need.
God was
some-
saying, "Stop it! Stop it! Don't do it! I've stopped this one wheel 5 times, Lee."
He even threw you
Stop
off it.
I know, right?
So the funniest thing is after that, Noah and Haley and Gabe and the rest of them that were on Pines that were light enough, they went all the way up to the top of this
Oh,
hill.
yeah.
And by the way,
Right.
one wheels, I don't know if you guys knows how much we love these things. Whether it is a chunky 43-year-old like me or whether it's a young kid, these things are just awesome.
Right.
And
Yeah.
getting a whole group of them, 10 people riding together
Mhm.
is so much fun, especially at Edgewater and stuff. But
Yep.
we had the best time. They came down, and then the second we had to turn around to go down that hill,
Yeah.
there was a reality check.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
like going up the hill, you're always looking up, and you're going really slow. You turn around and you look at like what felt like a 45-degree grade. I know it wasn't, but it felt like that.
Mhm.
And then you start saying, okay, I'm going to trust my little tiny motor to slow my
To slow my-
200-pound tushy going down this hill. And there's a certain point where it's doing it, and you can feel the foot pads getting real warm because it's charging your batteries like really fast.
Yeah.
And but then you start like getting comfortable, and then all of a sudden you realize you're going pretty fast, and you go to slow down, and you realize how much energy it's taking to slow it down. You're
Oh
like,
yeah.
there's no running this out. Goodbye collarbone.
Yeah.
So
which Michael broke at one point, right?
a lot of people have broke collarbones on one wheels. Yeah, that's a reality. But it's that was a really fun adventure, and Lee, that was the story of Lee wanting to sacrifice his daughter and
I didn't want to
And Noah's one of
sacrifice
them.
her.
to the bears. I know there's bears down there.
There's bears for
Lions
sure
and
down there.
tigers and bears. Oh my.
Oh my. Well,
Oh,
listen,
that's memory lane, man. Had
that-
nothing to do with airplanes, but I hope you guys enjoyed
listen.
it.
One wheels and airplanes, they can live in the same space here at
Oh my
Edgewater like they
gosh.
do,
All right.
and they're fantastic.
I don't know if you have an organization, but speaking of weird things, you know, in flight tests, let's just talk about benchies for a minute. Can we bring up benchies, or is that at the end?
Oh no, you can bring up whatever you want because remember, you're the boss.
I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Hey, well, then heck, I'm gonna grab my goldfish.
No.
Okay, no
none of that.
goldfish. Okay. We just finished the benchy border battle.
The benchy border
And-
battle. Oh, it's awesome.
Friends, if you know, making weird things fly is kind of what we do. We love doing this. This has to be one of my most favorite projects of making something fly because at the end of the day, it was just cute.
It was adorable.
Wait a
It was
second.
adorable.
Come on.
100%
I'm
it was
sorry.
adorable.
Do you want my man card now?
Man, yeah, because you have this huge buildup. Man, it was awesome, and we were shooting
And it was-
paintballs, and there was bombs
And it was
dropping,
adorable.
and it was cute.
It's a fluffy unicorn.
Listen,
So-
he just. I mean, all of the the 13-year-old
sorry.
girls that
Let
are
me-
listening, they were excited about it. They want to
Let
see
me
this
tell you
cute
something.
boat, benchy boat.
This foam board benchy with 3D printed Gatling guns was so hardcore. No, it was cute.
Wait a second, we just lost a like on our.
Oh no,
We had 2 likes on this video. Now we only have
They took
1
it
like.
back.
They
That's-
took it
That's
back.
because you mocked me.
I'm sorry.
No, it was because I said the word. Cute.
Oh, hey, Joel Spangler said, "Hand over your man card."
yeah. I'm sorry. Okay.
For sure.
Sometimes you make things fly, and it's like we took this weird object, we put wings on it, and it flew.
Mhm.
But visually looking at these,
we
things,
just got a few more likes.
Oh,
They're
thank
liking
you,
us now.
Thank you,
Good.
friends. Visually looking at this project, it is one of my favorites. Like the flying tank was awesome. That was one of those things that visually it was so cool to look at.
Yes.
These little benchies are just amazing because first of all, the benchies are cute.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Unapologetically, they're cute. You put wings on them and then you theme them around what you want to theme them with. Mine had Gatling guns
Fantastic.
and landmines that we were using to pop balloons and a turret that went up and down. And then David's had like 3D printed cannons and Jack Sparrow
Yeah.
and the cannon, stacks on it.
The
and it was all
creativity
weathered.
was at an all-time high.
It is a canvas of imagination that you can just paint on and then put in the air. And they flew spectacularly well.
Oh,
better than they should have. And
Yes.
we had like a 3-ring circus of chaos going on.
Yeah, you got first of all, you've got 3D printed esque foam board boats flying through the air. That should be
Yeah.
that's a circus in itself. Let alone then you've got giant 36-inch latex balloons filled with powder
Yeah.
in the middle of the
The
runway.
most terrifying thing was filling those.
Yes, plus projectiles coming off of the boats to pop those. Then you've got me and Lee shooting paintballs with creepy masks
That was
Yeah.
at the airplanes, quads flying around. I mean, there was I don't even know if there's anything else happening because I couldn't keep it all in
It
check.
was crazy. And Lee came up with the concept, the benchy border battle. So what we did is we had balloons on both sides.
Mhm.
And that way I would go with a right to left and then David would go left to right. And then he had boat anchors for his pirate ship and I had landmines for mine and we both had 2. The crazy thing is we tried this proof of concept. We put a line with a landmine on the Tudor and first pass just
Yeah.
popped. It was like, okay, well, that was easy. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good to go. We put these things up, but we put 2 of them on thinking it'll double our odds. We were going directly over the balloons and the landmines and the little
Anchors.
anchors were like perfectly going between the 2-foot gaps, tracing the balloons. I'm like, come on.
It was insane.
In the meantime, Stefan, you were sent to shoot down my benchy.
Yes.
And then Lee was sent to shoot down David's benchy. So we both had like we were kind of jousting.
Partners in crime.
Yeah, trying to pop these balloons on certain sides while flying towards each other while taking anti-aircraft fire from our 2 friends. It was when that all started happening, my heart rate just started increasing more and more because and by the way, Lee, if you guys don't know Marine, you know how to kick off a lot of rounds really quick there, Lee.
It's a gift.
He was
He's good at the pew pews.
pretty ruthless. And I just said,
I wish it was like, yeah, but
well, I think it was misfiring on you a lot too.
yeah.
But man, he was just ruthless. And Stefan, you were ruthless. And ultimately, you guys are going to see the episode tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be
Yeah,
coming
it's
out.
going out tomorrow.
Yeah.
We ended up popping balloons, which was awesome.
Great time.
We got awesome air to air.
Boom.
Our air to air though, Stefan took out one of the chase quads.
Yeah, not on purpose though.
I don't
And
know.
I don't know how I did that, but so context, Josh is flying from right to left and I'm shooting at him. Literally the second pass, whatever, I don't want to hit him right in the first shot and like bring him out of the sky. So I was shooting behind him.
Right.
Right.
Here
And
it
it
is.
just happened to be the case that Michael is
getting
flying
deep.
a chase quad right behind him, and the paintball took
right
out
into
Michael
right into the control
right in the
board.
control board. And it was like a sad scenario. And it was like, what just happened?
What you
So,
Richard?
you know, you just
Yeah.
got to go for the boat.
Yeah, and then from that point on, he did.
Yeah, then we're done.
We had our good friend Jason from the Edgewater flight crew. He was out there too
Yep.
as our secondary chase quad, and he just did a killer job. And we were
Speaking of chasing Jason, he just said, "Thanks for missing my quad."
You're welcome, Jason.
Yes, sir.
oh man, and he did a great job. But it was funny because in our minds we're thinking, okay, how do we really have a lot of fun with this? And we discovered the love of shooting planes down again, you know, after the B-17, and it was just so much fun. It's like, why are we not doing this more often? So
Right.
so we had that, and it's like, well, we gotta have something like jousting, and so we had that component.
What's
in, and-
up, Dan?
then we-
Spawn holes.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Dan. And then we started adding more and more elements, thinking, okay, we got to make this interesting. Next thing you know, it's like, what is going on here?
Dude, it was like mass chaos.
It was probably the most chaos I think I can remember in a very, very long time.
Well, so you know, it was. This is awesome. Hey, by the way, hey Jason, I know you're a computer guy, so we're having trouble with getting our
Just having a
video.
remote in.
Yeah, we're having trouble with our video. If you know any tricks of the trade, but anyways, so the what was I saying? What were we gonna say?
Mass chaos.
Mass
Mass
chaos,
chaos.
yeah.
Yes, mass chaos. And poor David. I don't know if you guys saw him. He was like shaking,
Oh yeah.
like physically. His adrenaline was
Yes.
pumping so high.
And his at the beginning of the flying part of the episode, his airplane started to do some weird things
Well, yeah.
or whatever.
And I mean, we both got from the first episode with the flying Banshees, like it was kind of proof of concept. They both flew
Yep.
and pretty decent, but we
Yeah.
had to get them perfected, and both the Banshees got perfected. But then you start 3D printing stuff, and
Mhm.
he made this Jack Sparrow bobblehead and hand painted it, and it was incredible.
It was insane.
It
One
was-
of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Beautiful. Well, you put that big thing through the one hole. I mean, he had so much drag on that Benchy.
Oh yeah, he had all the things on that. But
Yeah.
he even he had so many things.
So he's fighting some aerodynamical
Yes.
issues.
And so yeah, it definitely wasn't pilot error by any means. It was just
Yeah.
like on the day with the wind and the benchies and just all the stuff that was on it. Just happened to be that he had some wonky things coming with the airflow.
Yeah.
And so he was having a tough time controlling it at certain times.
Right.
And so it was a rough go with everything, but it was insane.
It is funny with flight test because it's not just like the act of flying. Like last night we were flying and training kids and families and stuff again, and we had Wes out there, Lee, you were out there. Let's see who else was there. I was out there, but were you out there, Stefan? Or
Last
did you-
night?
You had
No,
to leave. You had
no,
to
I
leave.
didn't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I wanted to make sure I didn't forget you.
No, you're good.
But we had all the people out there, and Dave made this comment that is so true. He's like, man, why is it so relaxing to fly right now? I'm like, well, because typically when we're flying, there's like paintballs going off and, you know, apple cannons and like, it's okay, guys, we got to fly this and we got to have it happen in this time frame. And these 3 other things have to happen. And it's
Wait, the cameras aren't rolling. Wait, we gotta wait one more second.
Oh
It-
man.
there's like this out of body experience. Like, oh my gosh, this is like what the hobby's about. Like, this is kind of relaxing.
Yeah, right.
So, and Dave had his new favorite plane for the moment is the amphibious Tudor. And
The amphibious.
I'm not allowed to call it the wet Tudor.
It is the wet Tude, right? Who said you can't call it the wet?
Dave's bigger than me.
Oh,
Dave.
yeah, but you
Okay.
you're the boss.
So David was flying the Tudor with the floats.
All right, hey, pause for a second.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody who's saying turn off your camera and turn back on. I've done all that. It doesn't work, and I don't really want to. I mean, we've even stopped and restarted the live stream, and it's still not working. We can see ourselves, so I know
Yeah.
the camera's working.
And trust me, it's not a view that maybe you guys want to see. Either.
No, it's actually kind of pretty. All right, go ahead.
You know what I think it is? I think it's cute.
It's cute.
Oh, he said pretty. We're a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
Listen, his man card's been bigger than
I
us.
don't care. My man card. I got two daughters, a wife. You know, Gabe's the only hope I have, and the dog.
I'm not squaring off with them. You squaring
Yeah.
off with them? I'm not squaring
Nope,
off.
It's all
nope.
right.
I know things.
You're good. You're good. Hey, finish your story now.
Oh, where was I?
David was relaxing, flying his
Oh yeah,
wet
so
tutor.
the wet tutor. Yeah. So, they both Michael and Dave were flying together, and the neat thing about the tutors is the turbo tutor, which has the shorter and the wider wing with the crazy big ailerons. That thing is nuts. Michael's there with Forcel doing knife edge loops with it. Dave's hovering the tutor and just cruising around doing like touch and go, scraping the pontoons, on the runway. And it was just an awesome sight.
Oh man, it was
And
fantastic.
then who's a young man? He actually helped me. Reed.
Reed.
I know Reed's not listening to this because he's at school right now, but there's this young man that's been coming around. He actually was doing weed whipping for us, and he's on the golf team.
Is that Reed does the weed whipping?
Yeah, we weed whips.
Reed.
Wow.
That's a mouthful.
Weed whips.
Weed
whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of weed whipping that needs done on 120 acres.
Nice.
And then he was playing golf too with the school,
Mhm.
and he built a simple stick. And this young man is just, I love his kind demeanor, just a really good kid.
Oh yeah.
But he showed up the one time and got done with the weed whipping, and then I was like, Reed, I said, come here. I didn't know his name, my brother and friend, because I always forget names. But I called him over and I was like,
That's
"Here."
why he says brother and friend all the time, guys,
Yeah.
because he just
and
can't remember
no,
your
from
name.
the bottom of my heart, I mean it. God has not blessed me with a memory to remember everybody's name. I am terrible with that, and I tell people that.
Yeah.
It's like
Yep.
I consider you a brother or friend, or if it's a young lady, it's a sister.
Right.
So yeah, it's not a slough thing, but forgive me, I forget names, but I remember
forgive
Reed
you.
now. He's been etched in my heart because he's awesome.
Reed.
So Reed was actually one of the young men where I was test flying, I was changing incidents on the wings, and I was getting a little frustrated because I wanted to get this plane as dialed in as possible. I was like, Reed, fly this. And of course I didn't call him by his name. He starts flying this thing and he's just rocking it. No buddy box or anything. He's just rocking it.
Killing it.
And last night I came out and I put him on. I said, hey, you want to fly the final version? Yeah. So I have him on the buddy box. And of course my finger has a dent in it because I'm just holding the button at this point. I'm like, hey, let me flip you into acro so you can, really go crazy. I look down, the plane's in acro the whole time. I'm like, you can do a loop, you can do a roll. And instantly the kid starts just doing aerobatics. And next thing you know, he rolls it upside down and he's flying across the sky inverted. And I was like, you flew inverted? He's like, yeah. Next thing you know, he's flying upside down, like doing like half circles, then rolling out and doing it again. I'm like, have you been on the simulator?
Right.
So we actually took one of the older tutors and we gave it to him last night. But
That's awesome.
it was just a beautiful moment. Like so many people were out last night,
Oh,
families, and to see the evolution that so many of them, probably a quarter to half of them, just got in the hobby this year. And
Oh,
they're
yeah. That's
awesome.
self-sufficient. They're helping each other.
Well, and you're bringing up a really good point because I think that one of the things I've talked to people about, and honestly, my son falls into this category where when other people around, they're afraid to fly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to fly. Well, the sad, no, it's not a sad reality. It's just a reality. The reality is most of the people that come out are, if not new flyers, they're not ace pilots that come
No.
out here. I mean, we do have some really
Those
good
are our
pilots.
people.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they come out here. I mean, this is a place where people. I mean, how many times? I mean, last night was a time. Every time, I don't think there's ever been a time we've had a Thursday night or an event go on that we haven't had a plane in a tree.
No. Yeah.
Last night, the plane that was in a tree was by really an more experienced pilot. So
Getting greedy.
getting greedy.
it happens.
Yeah, I mean,
It
but
does.
then that's the thing is like I think that people think that they have to be this, this ace to come out here. So
Nope.
Yeah, we had
No.
we had kids literally as young as 10, and then there was the one gentleman that was just learning, and he has to be in his upper 60s.
oh, you mean Doug?
Is Doug's one of them. He's in his 60s, learning to fly. The gentleman, there's one with an apprentice and one with the Cub,
I think the one with the Cubs' name's Don.
Don.
I'm
I'll call him brother.
brother. I know.
Yeah.
I'm on like 91.5%.
Yeah. But it was just really a cool sight to see, and I think it's a good testimony. And I think this was the best training and the best time for the tutor to come around because typically we'll beta test and stuff, but having a place to literally teach people to fly on that plane.
Yeah.
It was amazing how many times we went back to the drawing board and like, okay, this is good, this needs to change. So I'm excited for October 15th. I hope you guys are too. I'll tell you, if you want just an awesome 3-channel experience, build it as a 3-channel and then cut the ailerons in later, because it is probably the most balanced airplane as a 3-channel in self-leveling and everything that we've ever designed. It's just crazy. I think it's the best 3-channel we've ever done.
Yeah, and I think that
Well, the old Fogey was pretty self-stabilizing, but
well,
Yeah.
Other than the name, I think Stefan likes it too.
That's 100% accurate.
Yeah. See, this is Friday the 8th.
Yeah.
So we have 1 week from today until it's coming out.
To the release.
But what we do have going on is we have just a fall fun fly starting today at 3.
starting in about 3 hours.
Yeah, starting today and then
Should probably
going.
start getting ready for that.
Oh, we're ready. It's a fun fly, so we don't have anything really to do other than just
And have fun and fly.
to fly fun.
have fun and fly.
And you notice that the sun's still out and it wasn't supposed to be.
I know.
Yeah, I love that.
I know. It's gonna be awesome. So I mean, and I am convinced that if you come, if you're hearing this right now, hey, let's do this. If you're live hearing this right now, or if you listen to this today, and you come out to the fall fun fly, come see us and maybe we'll hook you up with a beta. A beta kit.
We got to get Jason cutting some planes.
Should I have
Well,
approved that?
We're
I mean,
live. There's no editing now.
I
So,
know.
no, we talked.
but you
about
could
this.
say no. I mean,
Yeah. No, because now I'll be the monster. Right now, I'm painting you as the monster. I want you to
I
do
know,
that.
right?
So this is paybacks for me making fun of Lee with the
Yeah.
one wheel. No,
That's
we
all right.
we were talking about this. One thing we love about our fun flies is we don't always get blessed with the best weather,
Right.
but it is awesome what kind of comes from that. We were talking about what do we do if it's going to be rainy or gross, and we're like, let's build some planes. And we got foam that is not a quality foam. So anytime we manufacture planes, we pick the best foam,
Mm-hmm.
and then we take the other foam that we don't, and we'll cut them chuck lighters and donate them and things like that. We use them for other purposes. We're like, let's just cut a bunch of like tutors out. And
Yeah.
if it's bad weather, we'll just like pull a bunch of tables out. I think it has to happen.
No, I think
So-
it'd be great. Yeah. So I mean, if the sun does go away and it starts raining
Mhm.
later, well, we'll get some pizza and
Yeah.
tutors, and it'll be
So,
fun.
so let's do this. Let's plan on this. If the weather gets bad, I'm gonna talk to Jason. I'll say cut me some tutors, and we'll just make them family builds. So we'll
Yeah.
like one tutor per family, and that way like we can.
Yeah, that works.
I like that.
And then
I like
we can take
that way it's
some.
manageable.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That would be awesome.
it would be awesome.
Yeah, and these things build quickly. So I promise we will get off the tutor kick. Never. But
Yeah.
it's,
But the tutor, I mean, it comes out so easily. Come on.
I set that one up, guys. I'm sorry.
It
How many
just
people did we just
slips-
lose?
Well, we're at 14 people.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. We'll move past this, but
Yeah.
it is exciting, and I think it's a good return, kind of to our roots. You know, we want to keep people inspired, challenged,
Mhm.
growing, and it's awesome with all the amazing master series that John's doing.
Yeah.
But Lee has done something in my life in the past 3-4 months that has just been awesome, and that's kind of reignite that spark and get me designing again.
It's called a
And
blowtorch, man.
blowtorch,
Put a
yeah.
blowtorch under your butt.
He's just been wonderful for that, and I'm really grateful because with everything with running the business, there's stressful things, and with the government and
Yeah.
all the other things, there's a lot of ugly. You know what I mean? It kind of just takes away and zaps your creativity, and
Yeah.
you've done a lot to really help me through that. Take some off my plate, and
Yeah.
at the same time, fan the flame of designing. So I feel more on fire for designing now, but also getting back towards another generation of easy build, quick build, easy flying planes.
Yeah, and
So-
you know, I appreciate that. But I look around, I see goofy people sitting across the table from me,
That's Stefan.
like Mr. Stefan.
Hello.
Yeah.
And see, like, man, we've got so much going on and so many great people
Yeah.
that one of the things and we've talked about this in the past, is just I don't think that we, and I say we, Flight Test, we don't need to do anything really new. What we need to do is just remember what we've done
Why we're doing it.
and why we're doing it, and
Yeah.
and that's the kicker is we all have a lot of busyness that has to happen, like you said, with the government stuff. That stuff just it has to, it's a necessity, necessary evil, I guess. and all the other kind of stuff as a business. But one of the things that I see and I have a passion for is just let's rekindle. And I did that forum post that let's rekindle the old flame. And I don't want to take any credit for like the flame. That's not me. I'm just that what your son does on the when we start a fire out here and he gets the leaf blower.
Yeah.
And is just, getting oxygen into the flame and it starts getting bigger and bigger. That's it. That's all I want to do, because you got plenty of fuel, like guys like Stefan here that bring the punch. So I just want to stir you all up and
So
poke you.
Lee is, so everybody understands, Lee is a leaf blower.
I am a leaf blower.
That you gotta understand this.
I don't.
Lee's the leaf blower.
That could go all sorts of wrong there.
Well, and you're right, Lee. I guess what I should say, and I should be really careful. We are blessed with just an amazing team.
Oh man!
I mean, the fact that Friday,
God is good.
He is, and the fact that Friday comes around, end of the day, and you don't have everyone like, okay, peace out, I'm out of here. You literally have families. Like, I got to see you and your awesome kids and your wonderful wife last week. It's just like all of a sudden people start showing up, and it's like you have the team literally bringing their families out, and then we're still hanging out together. That is something. That's a testimony to just the quality of people we have here, and I'm so grateful for it.
And that, what's cool too, and I know that everybody doesn't get to look at this, and some people think, oh, you're just a bunch of capitalists trying to make money, and you're a big corporation. Whatever, you guys can just go find a rock to crawl under, because what we're doing is, yes, we have a platform. Yes, God is blessing us in some great ways. Are we, these big? I mean, does Josh live on the big house? 100 whatever.
According to some people,
no,
That's the
but
funniest story.
it's awesome to see. It's kind of like when I've been at the church I'm at right now for 12 years now, and I don't understand how it all works out. I mean, I don't understand how the finances work out, and just God is blessing, and I'm seeing His blessing upon what we're doing here. Why is it that people are buying foam board airplanes, and why is it that this is we been blessed with this great facility and everything? It's because it's more than the planes. It's about the people.
It's crazy. Do you find the more it grows, the more that you look at the stuff with less light and more on what it's accomplishing and more of the lives it's changing, and that's the joy. Look at Ecclesiastes. Look at how many times people have reached levels of greatness, and they look back and they say it's nothing.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of the artists that are depressed and suicidal. They've achieved everything the world says is great, and there's emptiness there. What I love about Flight Test, especially in this chapter here, is we are honing in on the why and the need for building relationships, and we're seeing the fruit from that, and that is intoxicatingly wonderful.
Oh yeah,
it is. I mean, let's talk about Pilot Institute. We're sitting in this place that you guys have blessed us with, and by the way, I'm really excited about the production wall. That's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah,
with the founders' names in there.
Well, we're not sitting in Pilot Institute because you
We're
guys
not-
can't.
not
Obviously,
yet.
you can't see us because I've given up on trying to figure out the whole camera thing. So
Yeah. Okay. So long story short,
no, don't make the long story short.
Okay.
Just tell a
we're-
story.
Okay. We're right now we're sitting at HQ, and I love HQ. Like, to think from North Canton to here and what we can accomplish and going outside and flying with people, amazing. Well, we just got to the next phase of Pilot Institute, and that is building the mezzanine inside. And the mezzanine is basically, it's 2 rooms on the bottom. One room is going to be a paint room, like a legitimate paint room, which I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to paint Corvette parts and automotive and big planes. I'm not made for spray cans. Like, I hate them. I hate them with a passion.
Yeah.
I'm used to pouring something in a gravity fed and going to town. So we're putting a paint booth in because as our builds are getting bigger, and also with, we paint outside, and there's like people and golf carts driving around
and all whatever.
wind,
Yeah.
and it's just not cool.
I think that I have paint on my car from somebody
Let's not
painting
talk-
outside.
I'm sure a lot of people probably do. Sorry about that, guys. But we're gonna we're putting a paint room in the lower level. The other side is gonna be storage, but then you have these steps that go up to this upper level. And Stefan, I remember, was it 2 years ago, man?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago or so.
Yeah, Stefan. I don't know what do we call them? Let's go dream a little bit or something.
Yeah. So normally we'll be, it doesn't matter what day it is. We'll be like, hey, we're gonna take off cart ride and go up to this plot of land, this grass, and dream a little bit. It's like, yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah.
So we had a conversation about 2 years ago, and we were sitting, and there was still a bunch of trees in the line
Yeah.
there. There was trees everywhere. There was only one runway set. I mean, it was back in the day, to say
Yeah.
the least.
Good
Yeah.
day.
And Stefan, he is the ultimate cheerleader of life because he's the only guy I could pull him. Like, I'm just picturing this, and you get out and start moving. Next thing you know, he's like dancing around and being like the corner of the building for me. And we're going over and like, okay, I think that's about this big and this big. And then that transpires into like a foam board model of a building. And then
It's true.
then Stefan's like,
Oh
okay. He's like,
man.
okay, I'm going to find someone that buys into this vision. I'm going to sell it to him, and we're going to make this reality. And then like 2 weeks later, maybe, Stefan,
It went pretty quickly.
It went
Well,
really quickly.
Comparatively, it doesn't
Well,
usually go that quickly. But
it goes to the speed of which it scares the tar out of me. Because suddenly you
Right.
dream, and then he takes that concept and idea, and then he shares it with people that will help make that dream a reality.
Yep.
And you found us, I think, is just one of the best partners that Flight Test have ever had, and that's
100%.
Pilot Institute.
Oh
I mean,
man.
because
Yeah.
our goal is to, yes, celebrate model aviation, get you into the hobby, but also, man, just run with it, make it a lifestyle. And if that takes you into general aviation careers and flight, that is our heart.
Yep.
You do not have to stay with foam board airplanes for the rest of your life. We want that to be the catalyst that propels you through the world of aviation.
100%.
Well, Pilot Institute grabbed in that big way. So next thing you know, it's like, okay, we got to build a 40 by 40 hangar. And suddenly it goes real. Well, then COVID, lumber, you know, I mean, like, you know, 2x4 cost $10,000 kind of mentality. We're
It's
like,
gold.
thank God we got the PI building built, but then we had to like stop it for a short season. We obviously, lumbers have gone down. We just got the mezzanine built, and this upper mezzanine, we kind of pictured it. We built a little foam board model, and we like pretend we were like little stick figures and climbing up and how it feels.
And there's an opening, and you could take the roof off and
Yep.
look at it.
Dude, where'd my little foam board model went?
I don't know, but I need to have that. I think that needs to go in the Flight Test Museum.
So
I can tell you where it went.
in the
Okay.
garbage. Yeah, that's
Sad
what I
day.
thought. Don't
We can
worry,
always make a new
I got
one.
the files.
Yeah.
So, but to see this, and the first thing that the guys built it, and they just got the subfloor down. I think most of it was nailed, and there's a ladder there. I'm
Yeah.
Like, Stefan, let's climb up this thing. And it was exactly how we pictured it,
Yep.
wasn't it? You can look out and see this, and for PI, just so you know, it's like a multi-purpose building where I want to have like our big B-17 and all of
Mhm.
our crazy airplanes, iconic airplanes that weren't destroyed. I want to keep those flyable so we can go with our community. And I always picture kids because you want something that like just lights them on fire.
Yeah.
I picture opening up the hangar doors and like, which plane do you want to fly today? You know, what can we pull down for you? And just serving them on that aspect, but also giving them a cool environment to build at, giving us the ability to like build these crazy big monstrosities and having a wood shop and metal work and paint room there. But then also Bible studies and just the connection time that we want to have. And that's where all three of us here at this table, it's like, man, we want to do some Bible studies up here. We want to have some time for guys to get together and just share their heart and share the Lord with them and share the gospel.
Yeah.
But also to meet them. Like there's a saying, iron sharpens iron, right?
It's not just a saying.
It's biblical.
It's in the
truth.
Bible.
But it's needed.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is so
for sure.
needed. And what I've seen at Edgewater here is when people come, whole families come, and it's a blessing and it's peaceful and it shapes that. But I see guys that want to serve their families. They want to be better. And this is the place where that can happen. So there's gonna be so much going on in this building, and to see that on top of the roof.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, we'll put the couch here, we'll put the coffee over here, and then we have this awesome, crazy foam cutter that'll eventually be up there.
Yep.
And, it's just exciting to see that become a reality.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that's just like when you're here and you're dreaming up, and just think about this. Edgewater, first and foremost, thank you to all of the founders and those of you who donated to the project, and also those that could not have but are here on the weekly basis enjoying what's going on here,
serving other people.
Yeah, and without you guys, this would not have been a reality. This has been a dream of Josh's for 8, 9, 10 years
Oh my goodness,
since he
long
started
time.
pretty much at like Flight Test. And so for you guys to be able to make that a reality and then to see where it's come, you know, with obviously like all the other things that are here, Eagle Flow Runway, Ready Board Runway, and now obviously Pilot Institute in its second phase, it continues to build on that inspiration that comes from this place. And if you've never been to Edgewater, please come out. You won't be disappointed, first and foremost, specifically because the place is awesome, but also because of the people that are here, that are here every Thursday and Friday and all that kind of stuff. Just make it the best it can possibly be. So I look forward to more dreaming, more partners, more fun, and more excitement here over the next many moons, to say the least. And it's just beginning.
Oh, it is. Now, one of the things you said, it sounds like, or it may sound like we are all about just trying to get kids into the hobby, or the next generation into the hobby. But I think it's also like dads and moms and I have a comment here, and people are listening. You already read the comment, but I want to share this with Josh. And this the Raging Cajun says he wants to thank us for what we do and everything, because he was able to get his dad back into the hobby. He says that at 37 years old, his dream has come true because his dad is back in. He's flying with him.
That's
and
incredible.
Everything. I mean, so it's when people are griping and moaning and complaining about, you don't give free plans anymore, and you're doing this, and you just want to make money. No, you know what? It's about dude here is flying with his dad. I mean, and I know that hits a special
huge.
chord in your heart.
Huge. I mean, anyone that hears the story, tell the story of Flight Test. I start with talking about my dad flying with me.
Right.
I don't talk about a dad that has it all put together and all figured out. I talk about a broken dad that is struggling to even be a good husband and a good dad, but he's like, this is my tool and this is what I want to use to try to make a memory with my kid. And it was not complicated. It was not even, difficult. It was just a natural activity where encouragement, failure, success, laughter, memories, crying, all came out and was all able to be explored. And that makes my heart happy, because if anyone knows, like, I'm just getting into grandpa mode now.
Goodness.
Yeah, we love people.
Yeah.
Young and old, we love people.
Grandpa mode's coming.
Yeah, thinking of Doug Elsass, coming out here. And this gentleman is just, you got Reed on one aspect, who's this young kid that I see golfing. Next thing you know, he's whipping. Next thing you know, he's flying like a boss.
Right.
And then on the other spectrum, we got Mr. Elsass. And the Elsass Heating and Cooling, they're the ones that did all of our HVAC for us. His younger son is taking over the company and stuff. And Doug comes out, and he's a gentleman. If you ever look in any of the Flight Fest recap videos from this year, like from the FTCA, you'll see this guy with his big smile, older fella, just warm. And he lived in that STEM tent, just learning everything he could. And then him and his good friend, is it Jim? I think it's Jim. They went to Minerva schools and Malvern schools right around us. And now they're doing flight to FT STEM. To see that spread of people, this hobby can impact people. And thank you for bringing that back. It's kind of a weird thing, because this is a tool really for parents.
And I'll attest to that. I my son, Grayson, he's 4, soon to be 5 here in the next month or so. And, we've been obviously flying together, and we did it a little bit differently than Josh and his dad did. Obviously, because things have come a long way since then. And so we have these little easy jets and all this other stuff that you can literally fly for, a 4-year-old can fly because it's stabilized and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or it's great for STEM.
Or it's great for STEM. Yeah. And so, like, I can attest to the fact that, like, the Flight Test, like the parent kind of scenario, I mean, it's been fantastic for him and Mai's relationship. Like, he comes out here on a Thursday or Friday, the family comes down, like Josh was mentioning, and all he wants to do is fly or go on a golf cart, but right around with Gabe, but mainly fly. And he does it, and we do it. Batteries are all dead. You got to charge them. But then, we go home, and my wife continually tells me throughout the week, because I'm here and she's there with 3 kids. She's a saint, by the way.
Give her a trophy.
Yes. And she just texts me on a regular. She's like, so Grayson's talking about wanting to fly again, and obviously we can't do anything because I'm not there. But like, he just continually talks about it throughout the week. It's something he looks forward to as often as he possibly can. So to say the least, if you have not done so, and you have a son or a daughter, or if you are a son and daughter and you're looking to get your dad or your mom into it, you will not regret that decision by any means.
No. And it's funny as we're talking about this. That Raging Cajun came back. He said that he's even getting his 5-year-old into this. So there's 3 generations of
Yes.
flying, which is
I love that.
oh, it's
a
crazy.
tool that works up and works down.
Oh, absolutely. We have a couple of gentlemen, young men, Jesse and Josh and Jesse.
Yeah, Josh and Jesse.
Yeah, they're some great builders. I think that we were flying with, or they were flying last night, and Josh tore the nose off of his F-16 or something like that. But I love the fact because not too long, prior to this, a couple weeks ago, he lawn darted that thing pretty good.
Oh my
But
God,
it didn't discourage him at all.
No, he was literally sad. Say, okay, well, I'm not flying today, but you can see the sadness. Next week he comes out and it's like, did you build that? It's like, oh yeah, and he did what I tell everyone to do. He did it. He's like, trace the parts out before you build the plane.
Right.
And John Overstreet was gracious enough to send him the first 2 F-16 Josh and Jesse to beta build, and those were destroyed in a matter of a week through just crazy flying and learning and stuff. They built each of them built 3 more F-16s because they turned all those into patterns.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it.
And the evolution of their build skills and everything.
Man.
And he came out with an A-10 yesterday that he built, and it was just so heartwarming. And to see them actually serving their dad,
that's where I was going with it. They're trying to get dad into it, and
they built the dad a Cub.
Yeah.
And
But now they're going to build him a tutor.
Now they got a tutor. They got a beta tutor yet.
Yep.
And I bet you that thing's already built now.
I bet you it's pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll see
they're
it this
pretty
week.
on top of it. But yeah, I mean, it's just this. That's what I love about all of this that we do. I mean,
That's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
that's why we do. It's not what we do. It's why we do what we do. Right.
Right.
We talked in previous episodes, stop looking inward, saying, what am I getting? What am I getting? And
Right.
start looking outwards. What am I giving? Because that will bring joy. That
Oh,
will
yeah,
bring
for sure.
fulfillment. That will bring
For sure.
a passion in your life that is just awesome. And it is crazy to see how these silly foam board airplanes just fit that niche so beautifully well.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Better to give than to receive, they say.
It is.
That's what they say.
So I'm looking forward to this weekend. Good weather, bad weather.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
No doubt, it's going to be
And
fun.
I'm also excited about getting that PI finished off.
Yes, it's going to be sick.
I already that upper left hand. If you're looking at it, the upper left hand corner that looks out over EcoFlow runway. EcoFlow runway. I can envision my desk. That's going to be my satellite office.
So Jen, when you guys went to see, because by the way, before my wife's not letting me put anything in there and go too crazy. We got to finish this off to the best of our abilities because before we move in, our kids are getting married there.
Yeah.
So the reception is actually going to be in this little 40 by 40 hangar.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be beautiful. We'll have to post pictures.
He also, I'm going to go again. He also did a foam board mock-up of the inside of PI for the building. So just so you know, he does foam board things for everything. Which,
So
I looked at it; it was awesome.
It's so that they could figure out if all the tables, because we're
Correct.
having the smaller wedding and they have a limited number of people,
Yeah.
so we had to figure out how the tables were going to be fit in there. So Noah and Haley are
really small weddings.
Some people
playing
use-
with his foam board cutout. It was
Some people use
hilarious.
graph paper. Josh uses foam board. Little seats.
Laser cut.
Laser cut.
So,
Yes.
so here's some behind the scenes stories with that. We sat on the thing and Jen's like, we really got to figure out Pilot Institute. Well, I pull out my computer and she's thinking I'm going to start doing work. And I was like, no, I got to draw this. So grab the file of the fold up thing. And then we have a lot of bigger friends. So we're like, we can't just go conservative. Okay, if everybody is 2 inches wide, we can fit everybody in. So I'm trying to go on the internet to find the most spread out pattern, and then I'm scaling to it. And basically Noah and Haley were there at the counter, and I just came in and I had 2 squares. I'm like, here, and I just dumped all different sizes of tables and stuff on them, and they just sat there and started moving things. It wasn't me placing the tables.
Yeah.
They did it.
It was awesome, and I saw the picture on Jen's phone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to actually seeing the actual model. But it was super cool because of the mezzanine. There's going to be, and I've never had this at a reception before, which I'm really excited to see how it goes. It's going to be 2 levels, so you can have people up on the mezzanine looking down, and people down on below, doing that. And there's going to be a dance floor in the middle, and it's. I feel like it's going to be really pretty cool.
It's going to be, because you're going to be emceeing it.
Yeah, that's true.
The storage area is going to be where the bride and the bridesmaid lights. I think there's 2 of them. They're
Yes.
getting ready. It's a small wedding.
Yeah.
And then the paint room is, I'm not allowed to paint in the paint room yet.
Nope.
That's going to
Okay.
get finished off, but it'll be where the food and everything will be. And then there's steps go upstairs and there'll be round tables
Yep.
up there. And it's going to be a fun challenge. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be cool.
I don't know if you guys know, but an end dream is eventually have on the grounds here is to see cabins put up and also like a chapel and a banquet hall. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
can get people married here. We can multi-purpose the banquet hall for everything from expos, but also weddings and stuff.
Mhm.
This place has so many uses, and I would love to see cabins popping up because as much as camping's fun, some families don't want to camp. And
I'm
Oh,
probably
right.
one of those families.
yeah, and if we do cabins, the 2 different versions, the ones for families, but the ones just to pack people in, then we could start doing FTCA. We can do PD for teachers. We can do,
Oh
camps for kids.
Oh,
Mhm.
you're
Yeah,
talking the PD, the professional development,
development, yeah.
for STEM.
Yeah.
That is actually something I was wanting to talk about that today, but
Yeah, I rabbit trailed.
no, that's all right. I mean, you're fine. But
Next time.
we can't say that. We have a tendency of saying, "Oh yeah, we'll do it next time," and then we get off on something else. So
Saley also makes me keep my
Sometimes.
promises.
sometimes, because that's going to be that is a hot topic with us
Yeah.
right now. We've been spending a lot of time just thinking, and we've got some awesome STEM guys that are out there.
Yeah.
That we have a lot of cool ideas and things that we want to do and see. That the STEM really no pun intended take off. I mean, it's doing well right now, but if those guys had a little more fuel, to
More
to-
leaf blowing.
Yeah.
Oh, more leaf blowing, yes. That'll really ignite.
Oh, and there's just imagine a world where you can introduce flight to kids at school and then actually have them take that home
Yeah,
and then their parents recognize that passion, but also get involved with them.
so it's the next generation of aviation professionals.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're getting kids inspired and at the same time we're connecting families. It's like a twofer.
it's a twofer.
2 for 1 deal.
All right, hey, let's get this plane landed because we have been on here an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It has been.
It has. So one question that we have that I think we're gonna answer
Mhm.
right now, but we're also gonna fix it. Spawns asks about the 2814 motor.
Yeah.
So it's up on the store.
Yeah.
What we do, in the description we don't have the ESC size, and
Yeah.
but the ESC we have the ESC that goes with it. That's at 40 amp,
It's
correct?
a 40 amp. Yeah.
Yeah, 40 amp ESC that should be on the store. I would say today or Monday. I got to talk to Wes about that. But that is on this going to be. And then he asked about what size. What are the props?
Okay.
And what else? For battery size.
Okay, cool. So the 2814, basically what it is a low profile 2814 made by Sunny Sky specifically for us. That motor was designed and made for Freedom Fox version 2.
Yeah.
One of the feedbacks was the motor was getting too warm, and then also they wanted more power. So we had this specific motor made so it would give both power and not get hot. On a 10-inch prop, you can go 4-cell all day long. The thing will stay nice and cool, give you crazy power. And what we did is we ordered a ton extra because a lot of John Overstreet's Warbirds require more power, a little bit of nose weight, like, stubby model, like the P47s and stuff, the new Texan coming out.
Yeah.
They need more nose weight up in the front, but also because of the kind of radial, they can also use a little more power too.
Mhm.
So this is a great solution for that. So we spec'd out this low profile. So some models could be Power Pack C or 2814. Other
Mhm.
models are just going to be straight like the Texan. 2814,
Yeah.
no ifs, ands, buts, coconuts. Sorry.
Love that.
It matches with a 40 amp ESC. So if you want to fly conservatively and without any heat issues or anything like that, or pushing it, 10-inch on a 4-cell all day long. You can go 11-inch on a 3-cell, and that's actually what the Freedom Fox V2 will have. Is going to be 11-inch prop.
Now, can they use this motor on the V1 Freedom Fox?
They could. The downside is the plate for the Freedom Fox.
Uh-huh.
It's a unique plate because we had to keep the thrust angle but still keep the motor centered.
Uh-huh.
So the X mount's a unique X mount. We would have to actually get that X mount for
Yeah,
that.
so there would be some modification. It couldn't
There would
just,
be,
all
but
right.
you could do it. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
sure we could find a way to share the files and stuff
right.
like that. The long story short, the motor's fantastic. It's Sunny Sky is a great company to work with, and they did a really great quality. If anyone knows their existing 2814, it's basically that, but just in a lower profile for us.
Okay.
This is also going to help out because we have Jason McQuiston currently designing a lot of his planes. So imagine slow fly, simple build, larger props, swinging slowly. Kind of, I don't know, I'm going to call this the XL motor. It's not a monster motor, but it's kind of like bigger than a C, way smaller than obviously a monster. And you can go, theoretically, you can actually go, if you go to a slow fly 12-inch, it'll run that like a real low pitch 12-inch. It'll run that and your plane will fly like an indoor flyer. So it's a really good versatile motor for foamies, and that's how it's going to fit. So
Sweet.
3-cell, 10-inch, 4-cell. I'm sorry,
3-cell 11-inch.
3-cell, 11 to 12-inch. 11-inch is really what it's designed for, like 11.7. You could go 12.47, no problem at all. 4-cell on a 10-inch, you won't get any heat issues, and it's just amazing smooth power. Did I answer that?
Yeah, and we'll get that info up on the store. I mean, we'll get that.
We're trying to get that, but that'll be matched to the Texan.
Yeah.
And the Texan will only be available as a value bundle. So you get that in the motor, and the reason is you need that motor.
Oh,
So
for
you're not
sure.
going to be. You don't want to do this off a Power Pack C.
And that's coming out the 15th as well.
Yeah, so
correct?
the Tudor and the Texan. So you could be a Texan Tudor. There it
Sounds
is.
so exciting.
All right, hey,
go.
let's wrap this up. And man, I'm hoping that I wish that the live video worked, but we'll get that figured out, and we'll go from there.
It's always fun.
So until next time, what do you say? Stay safe, train hard. That's what John Lavelle says. Stay
Okay.
safe, train hard, and something else.
How about love you guys? Bye.
How about that? We love you, and we will see you next
Next
time around.
Cheers, y'all.
I always like the demo ranch.